All right. Today's date, what is it, the 27th?
27th.
27th, first official recording here of Twisted Talk. We'll have intro coming later. This is Coach Mitchell talking.
Coach Chad is also here. Ready to get started for our first official episode, all things Maryland Twisters. Exciting new information, things that have happened in the past. Going to be a lot of back and forth between Coach Mitchell and myself. It's going to be fun. We're going to put these out throughout the season. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's something you're going to want to stay tuned with.
Coach Chad, I got a question for you.
What's that?
What did you do for dinner last night?
Oh man, let me tell you, I cooked me up a nice steak.
Did you really do steak?
Oh yeah. I'm in celebration mode right now, and we're in the postseason. Steak, baked potato, had all the trimmings, all the fixings.
You know, all right. So that's awesome because actually last night, Coach Chris and I, we had steak.
It's postseason time. We got to treat ourselves. We have gone through one of the most exciting roller coaster seasons I have ever been a part of, and this is my inaugural season with Twisters, and I'm enjoying every minute of it. The ups, the downs, the left and rights, the excitement never stops, and we're going into the postseason, so I'm really excited that that's going to happen. And so I had to treat myself. A little bit of steak, a little bit of baked potatoes. Sounds like you had to do the same. I like it.
Look, I got the call, said, hey, grab some asparagus. I got fillets on the grill.
Oh, my goodness.
So, we ate well last night. But I think, we both ate well because we had a fantastic showcase.
Oh, my gosh.
Right?
That showcase was nonstop from start to finish. If you didn't get to see it, I'm telling you, you missed something special. Those teams were on fire, and the parents were excited to be a part of the postseason. I'm telling you, it was fabulous.
They were bringing it. We had 9 incredible teams bringing it last night, all right? We had 5 hit, 0 deduction routine going to the postseason. A couple others, little minor things here and there, but overall, energy was absolute insanity.
Could not bring it down. The parents were involved, the coaches were involved, the kids were feeding off the crowd, and I'm telling you, watching those teams. Now I got a question for you. Which one was your favorite? Which one was the most, let me put it this way, which one was the most entertaining to you? The one that grasped your attention, kept you engaged the whole time, the crowd was in it, you were in it, their hearts were in it. Which one do you really think made that connection, the Maryland Twisters connection?
Now, see, this is like if you have to save one of your kids, which kid are you going to save? That's kind of where you put me. That's where you got to put me. Choosing between which kid I got to save, right? So, let's be honest. I'm obviously coaching Cobalt this year, second year with those guys. Small co at level 5. Man, I'll tell you what, they were on fire last night. We really were pushing for performance, energy throughout. I saw pinky toes pointed. I was excited, man.
I loved it. Cobalt was on fire.
Now, for me, outside of that, there's going to be 2 other ones that I'm going to highlight. The first one is going to be actually one of our postseason teams, not going to with the level 5s teams, but with the level 1 through 4, and that's going to be Cyclones. Okay, I know this week, Coach Shantae, Coach Alyssa, they were in here grinding with the choreographer, Tom Steck.
Yes, absolutely.
Right? Upgrades look phenomenal.
Yep.
Changes, incredible. Precision, the back walkover, really the standing tumbling section for them, I thought was fantastic.
I couldn't agree with you more. Those 2 coaches seem to be the type of people that will outreach and say, I want this team to be the best it can be. What can you provide for it? Tom Steck, Ryan Mitchell, Chad Greenhill. It doesn't matter, Matt Green. You bring in anybody, Shantae and Alyssa are the type of people that say, come show us what you think it should be, and they'll take it and run with it. They are great coaches. They've taken that team to another level. I'm telling you, that team has been crushing it all year long, and I'm super excited to see them in the postseason.
Now, last night I would say I'll call myself the MC, call you stage manager,
hype man.
Hype man, okay. Flavor Flav. Right, he didn't have the clock, but you kept us on time.
Yes.
Right? I think one of the other teams that just really, they always bring something different to the floor that you really don't expect, and until you work with these kids and you see the work that they put in, then you see the type of support their parents give them, we got to give it up to Eye of the Storm.
Absolutely.
Right? This is
Absolutely.
2 years back-to-back getting to the postseason right? Representing fantastic competition companies in doing so. And then last night, this year, obviously rule changes are always ongoing for cheerleading.
Right, absolutely. It's an evolving sport.
The special needs division really added some things that started separating, okay, what are you doing? Maybe a show team versus a competitive team.
Absolutely.
Eye of the Storm, they've always been hungry, man. The skills are looking for. I see they're probably the most bell-ringing team in this building.
I'm telling you, and for those of you that are listening from the outside, the bell is the thing that the kids want to ring to show everybody their new skill. And I'm telling you, if Eye of the Storm is in the building, they're going to ring the bell because Coach Kevin, Coach Sharon, all the assistant coaches, everybody associated with that team, their hearts are in it. The athletes that we have that are actually on the floor assisting with the kids, I'm telling you, that team is one of the most driven teams there is, and it showed last night at Showcase. I agree with you totally, 100%.
All right, let's flip this question back to you. For you, what teams just kind of jumped out at you real quick?
Jumping out at me, I'm telling you, I hate to pick the same one, but the very first one that rolls off the tongue is Cyclones. I'm telling you, I've not seen a level 1 team come out and just shut it down like they did. So they've got to take Premier for me. Number one, they've got to take Premier for me. I have a special place in my heart for Rain. I'm telling you, Coach Matt, Coach True, Coach Matt Trollinger, Coach Matt Green, there's 2 Coach Matts on that team, Coach True. They have taken these athletes and turned them into gentlemen and ladies of the sport. They are 100% hungry. They're ready to go. I'm excited to see what they do in the postseason. Number 3, hands down, if I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times, Mitchell. Blackout, first-year small co-ed team, full of kids that are going to make something, not just in the cheer world, but in the real world. These kids are going to be leaders everywhere they go. They are the most respectful, the hardest working. I have never, and I'm telling you, I go across the nation with my camps company. I've worked with the United States All-Star Federation. Here at Maryland Twisters, this team stands out to me in the forefront as hardest working, most respectful, hungry for it. Those kids are going to go a long way. A long way.
Totally agree. Now, one team that we both, well, I guess I primarily just work out of the Maryland location. You go between the Maryland location and the Virginia location.
Correct.
So I really only see our Virginia teams at competition. I really don't see what they're doing day in and day out in the gym. For me, Velocity, when I think of these guys, man, it's almost, Blackout is so impressive and hungry, but I think about Velocity, and it's almost like it's Alabama football. And what I mean by that is just reload. I see 7, 8, 9, almost 15 kids on that team that are just ready to take the next step and
Absolutely.
go there.
Absolutely. And pick the ball up and run with it.
Like, let's go.
Let's go.
Right?
They are hungry and they are ready for it. And that's something, I don't know, that's something in that team. You can't put your finger exactly on one exact thing because it's so much. And you hit the nail on the head by saying that they are just ready to go with it. They are on go all the time, ready to pick it up and go with it. And I love that. I love that about them. They are a fabulous team to work with. Coach Aaron and Chelsea have done phenomenal things with that team. Let me go ahead and give a shout out to Coach Tara and Coach Terry for what they've done with Blackout, the cleanup, the adjustments, the things like that. That Virginia gym is an extension of Hanover, and that's exactly what it was set up to be. It was set up to be an extension and to be a Maryland Twisters product from start to finish, and that's exactly what they're putting out. And I'm very proud of everybody that works down there, and I do get to work with them day in and day out. And I'm telling you, I'm very proud, and I hope that they do well in the postseason.
Now, a couple more teams just to throw out there. Sirens.
Oh my gosh, Coach Chase and Michelle and the Sirens. They were one of the hits, weren't they? Am I right about that? They were one of the 5 hits.
They were one of the strong hits. They were one of the strong hits, man.
They've got some performers.
I'll tell you what they do.
They've got some performers. There's some kids on that team that catch your eye, and you don't want to look away. You don't want to look away.
I think I find myself, when I'm working with the younger teams in the program, and we're talking about performance and just, something that Coach True always says, you put your foot on the gas and you press and you just go. those are one of the teams where I can point to a handful of athletes on there, no matter what the age of the kid I'm talking to, a 7-year-old on Breeze Mini Level 1 or a first-year F5er that I can say, hey, you know what, go check out some of those Siren kids, and I want you to watch their performance, whether it's in the jumps, standing, tumbling, or the dance. You really see it from the start to the end with those guys.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And speaking of performance, speaking of value, you brought up the team. You brought up the team, the F5 ladies. I'm telling you, the queens and divas of F5 can shut a house down at any given moment. They can bring the roof down on a place at the drop of a hat. And I'm telling you, I'm super impressed with what those girls can do. The large all-girl division in and of itself brings me to think I want to be better at my job. I want to be a better coach. They are inspirational to somebody like me that's a coach. I cannot imagine. Actually, I can. I see it on Twitter. You see it on Twitter. We see it on Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff. The following that team has, it inspires so many people. So many people, and I love it. Every single chance I get to work with those kids, I absolutely love it. They are a pleasure to work with. Coach True, Tara, Taylor Hall's on that team, Coach Will, they've done a fantabulous job. Yes, I combined 2 words there. I figured you'd like that.
Hey, you know what? That's half the time I don't even speak English, man.
It's just a run-on of 2 or 3 words together, right?
That's kind of all it is. And hold on, we got Coach. My wife.
Yes.
My wife, Coach Kristen Mitchell.
Special guest, Kristen Mitchell.
Kristen
Come on
talk
in.
for the first time.
Come on in. You gotta close the door behind you. Come on in.
Hey, wanted to bring you into a topic that we had just brought up earlier. First thing, actually, I think we got on the show. Okay, last night, coincidentally, we had a great showcase. Would you like to take a guess what Coach Chad had for dinner? You might have had the same thing.
Chinese food.
Filet and baked potatoes. But nice try.
Then I got home from the gym, got the Weber heated up nicely.
Oh yeah, you did make steak last night.
Oh my
man,
God!
Coach, I did.
Apparently, it was not that memorable, Coach.
It was
Coach
a
Mitchell.
meal.
Look, I got 2 young kids. I
right.
can't remember anything.
Hey,
She
speaking
can't
of
remember what she had for lunch today.
we got Coach Chris and Coach Terry right now heading down to the Virginia gym. We're recording this live here over in Maryland. They're about to head down, work with the Blackouts, get their final preparation for practice before they head down to their postseason event. Coach Chris, love you. We'll catch you later.
Bye. Good luck at Worlds.
Hey, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, so we've got one more, and I think we may have saved the future for last. What do you think about those Supercells?
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you what. Those kids, so I think through the season, both you and I have had the opportunity to work with them on the cheer side of things, supporting Coach Matt Green, Coach Ashley. But we've also had the opportunity to work with them on their tumbling.
Absolutely.
Right? And you know, I see that team and phenomenal upgrades throughout this season.
Yep.
Right? Stunts, difficulty, the choreography. It just has been something that they haven't stopped. And the kids, you know, I know our parents are feeding our kids, but again, another team that the first thing that comes to mind, just hungry.
Absolutely.
Just hungry, you know.
All the time. All the time.
You know,
I love them.
They hit hard last night for a large team, one of our only large teams in the junior age level.
Yeah.
To get to postseason and just what they're bringing on the floor, the ages from 14 to, I'm sure we got an 8 or 9-year-old on that team somewhere.
Right.
Throwing some doubles. I was digging it, man.
I'm telling you.
I was digging it.
Supercells to me has always been and will always be the hungriest. You said it best. I can't use another word. The hungriest, the most driven. They are ready to be the future of this gym, and I'm excited to see what they can do. I'm glad they made it to the postseason.
So what? We showcased last night. Went phenomenal. We already went through that, right? We can revisit it again, listen to the podcast. It'll come out every so often here, MarylandTwisters.com. You can check it out. Make sure you get on the Twitters, the Instagrams.
Give us a like.
Gotta give us a like. You'll see a Facebook page coming up. Make sure you get out there, follow us. Okay. Let's talk about
what's coming up.
Yeah, what comes after postseason?
What's coming up after the postseason? Well, let me take the ball and run on this one for a minute. I can tell you for 100% fact, as soon as we get back from the postseason, in fact, some people are still in the postseason, and Sterling, Virginia, is having their first tryout clinic. That is actually happening on Wednesday, May the 3rd. Definitely something, if you're interested in trying out, you don't have to lock into anything. You just get the experience of what the season's going to be like, what tryouts is going to be like. Tryout clinics are where it's at. Bring yourself, bring a friend, get signed up before it fills up. Sterling Tryout Clinic Wednesday, May 3rd. The first Hanover, this one's in Maryland. This is the first Hanover Tryout Clinic, is on Wednesday, May 10th. Both of those are from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. So we hit it running in May. If you look on MarylandTwisters.com, on the Maryland Twisters tryout page on Facebook, we put up a tryout page on Facebook. We'll go into that in a few minutes. There will be a calendar out of just extra classes. We've got our normal tumble classes, stunt classes, jump classes. We've got those. Those are happening throughout May. Mitchell, you're on some of those. I'm on some of those. We're racking those out. But in the attempt to give everybody what they need before tryouts, we've added some extra classes. What kind of things did we add?
Across the board, right? So we have all our traditional classes that you mentioned: stunt, tumble, jump, stretch, flyer class. One specific class I want to highlight. You generally don't see these two coaches working alongside each other in this capacity. You see them in the gym, but we have a stretch class for flyers and a flying class, right? It's the same class, but this is a powerhouse.
Oh my gosh, I know which one you're talking about.
The dynamic duo.
That's right.
Okay, I don't know. These two bring so much to the table. We got Coach True and the Coach Kenny.
Oh my gosh. Right. And we called it flight school. We actually tried to grab your attention with this one. It's a flight school. It's going to be, you know what? Here's the funny thing about this one. This one's actually set up a base, a flyer, a back spot. You can all take it because flexibility is something across the board as an industry. Agree with me or not. As an industry, flexibility is something we need more of. It prevents injuries. It helps kids to know what they're doing. It of course helps with jumps. It helps with flying, the ability to fly. So this flight school, I'm super excited to see how this goes. Coach True, Coach Kenny, two powerhouses. You couldn't have put it better. Two powerhouses combining forces. This is, we've got the starts of our own superhero league. I'm telling you, am I wrong about that? You put True and Kenny in the same class, you are going to get results. And that's just one of the many we've got going on in May.
It's almost like when you get Chick-fil-A nuggets and then you get Chick-fil-A sauce, you put those two together.
Oh my gosh.
Come on now.
The sauce and nugget combo.
All right, look, we got a couple more things before we want to get out of here, right? Twisted Talk, it's something that we're going to do every so often, putting it out. All the information that we're talking about, you're going to be able to go to one spot to be able to get it. It's going to be, a lot easier for you to understand outside of how quickly we're talking and the banter we got going back and forth here. But please always check out MarylandTwisters.com. MarylandTwisters.com. If you have any issues with that,
we've got emails on there. We've got phone numbers on there. We're all in the office. Some of us are here all day long, it feels like, and we love every minute of it. So get on there, shoot us an email. We've also got other outlets just for information. Your main source is MarylandTwisters.com. We've got Facebook.com/Maryland Twisters tryout page. That's going to be the videos that are going to help guide you through. If you're a new parent in this, you've never been in this before, and you're listening going, wow, these guys got a podcast, they've got Facebook pages, they've got websites. That Facebook page is going to help you differentiate between the levels. Is my athlete a level 1 athlete? Are they a level 5 athlete? What do they need to do to make it to the next level? What do they need to do to be better in their level? One of the best resources, Facebook.com/Maryland Twisters tryout page. Give it a like, shoot through some of those video playlists we've got set up for you. Trust me, it's going to be informational.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Great resource. Check out your kids' skills compared to the videos we got up there. Kind of see where reality is and what we're sitting. What we didn't do, I think everyone that kind of knows us in the gym knows our personalities, knows who we are. Definitely look a little bit different. Timon and Pumbaa, maybe, if you will.
I like your style there. I like your pickup there.
Not sure. I mean, Chad, what, 6'6"?
Yep, 6'5", about 210.
210, you know, I'm a strong 6 foot, maybe 300 pounds on a good day, right? Tell me a little about yourself, man. You're 30 seconds or less. Who is Coach Chad?
Oh, my goodness. Coach Chad in 30 seconds or less is nearly impossible, but I'll give you the best shot I've got. I'm telling you, the number one thing that pops out to everybody is my energy. And it's not faked. I'll be honest with you. I'll tell you on a podcast, I'll tell you sitting right here, Coach Mitchell, you know me. You know the love I've got for these kids. You know how much I want to see them succeed. And it just bleeds out of me. So if I could give a 30-second description, it would be energy. Some people used to call me a hype man. I've been called many, many different things, but I'm telling you, I love these kids. I love my job. I love this sport. And I just, it bleeds out of me every chance it gets. A lot like yourself. I honestly have never been with somebody like you that I can bounce back and forth off of that not only takes my energy, but takes it to the next level. So why don't you give us a little 30 seconds about yourself?
All right, so energy. Look, man, you have energy, I have energy. We're bouncing off each other all day long. My biggest thing is I really enjoy working with the kids, right? Cheerleading is what I started coaching, but for me it was just coaching with those athletes of those young ages, bring them up. God, this is horrible. Third time.
Third time's a charm. We're going to cut both of those.
Third
time will be a charm. Actually, you know what? I think we should just play it like this.
All right, so look. Here's what happens, man. In cheerleading, I'm a sports guy, all right? We can get to this topic. I might upset a lot of you, but we'll get to if cheerleading is a sport at a later time.
Oh, my gosh, that'll be a podcast. Okay. It might be a 3-series podcast.
So I look, and I think about cheerleading a little bit different than a lot of coaches, right? In cheerleading, perfection is the only thing that is demanded and is expected every time. We're not talking about someone like a Russell Westbrook going out, dropping 45 points, talking a lot of trash. He shot 75 times. He made 15 baskets, right? He went 15 for 60. Are you kidding me?
Right.
Are you kidding me? That's 25%.
Yeah.
Cheerleading demands 100%, right?
All the time. 2 minutes and 30 seconds of 100% of what you've got, and that's what I love about this sport.
For me as a coach, I'm one of those coaches, I like to find those high fives at every time. There's got to be instant gratification of, yes, you did a great job. Were your legs straight? Were your toes pointed? So, that's what I just love doing. I got 2 little girls at home, got a beautiful wife. Man, that's Coach Mitchell in a nutshell. Hey, if you don't catch me here in the cheer gym, you will catch me on the golf course.
Oh, my Lord.
All right.
This man can tear it up on the golf course. He actually invited me one time. We had a good time. It was 7 a.m. Nothing going on anywhere. I'm a night owl, man. I don't mind cutting my evenings short a little bit to go to golf, but this was wonderful, a wonderful experience. And I think that to be honest with you, that's kind of where we finally cemented the idea of Twisted Talk, this podcast that we're going to be doing, where he and I realized that and correct me if I'm wrong on this, you and I kind of had a connection. We can go back and forth without even, there was no script for this. This is just 2 guys talking twisters, talking cheerleading, and we're hoping it's going to put a new perspective for you on it. And we hope you tune in to Twisted Talk as we put these out occasionally. We'll have a Facebook page, MarylandTwisters.com, everything Twisters, and some more. Cheerleading as a sport, we're going to go through that probably at one point. That'll be a 3-series problem, probably. We'll bring in some special guests. We're going to invite people on here. We're super excited for Twisted Talk. I'm going to turn it back over to Coach Mitchell to finish us up, but we're glad you tuned in. Throw us a like on Facebook. Don't forget, if you're interested in tryouts, Facebook.com/Maryland Twisters tryout page. Had a lot of good athletes come in, shot some videos, put them up for your information. We want you to explore those videos and know what tryouts is going to be like. Come to the tryout clinics. Give us a call. We've got emails online, phone numbers online, MarylandTwisters.com. And here's Ryan Mitchell.
Hey, just want to thank everybody joining us for the first episode. As Chad said, we're going to be highlighting the rainbows throughout the cheer season weekly. There's a lot of drama involved in cheerleading, so we're going to bring a little bit of light to all the good things that are happening across the program and in industry-wide. Again, thank you. Give us a like. Give us a follow. Tell your friends about us.
Twisted Talk.
We out.
We're out.